Let's talk about something that sounds simple, but in practice, it's where a lot of teams crash and burn before they even leave the garage. Goal setting. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, yeah, setting yearly goals, how thrilling and exciting. Heard it all before. They've done training, etc. Let's take a moment to actually dive into this because I'm not just talking about checking boxes or something that looks great on a PowerPoint. I'm talking about how to build functional, measurable goals that actually align with your company's big picture and make your team look like absolute rock stars. And if you're leading a team, whether it's 5 people, 50, or more, setting goals can be the foundation that separates good managers from great leaders. So grab your coffee. Let's break this down like the pros do. I'm Rebecca Wilson for Grab for the Grail, and today we're going to explore how to make SMART goals actually sound smart. So, when leading your team, your first mission is to set your team up for success. My favorite mantra that I use all the time is that my individual success is dependent on their success. And that starts with one critical question. Do your team's goals actually align with your organization's goals? Now, this is where most teams go off the rails. Upper management, this is your C-suite, and they set the strategic objectives for the organization. That's your North Star. And from there, all of those goals should cascade down like a waterfall filtering down within the organization, getting everyone to row in the same direction. As a manager, you have to take those high-level goals and translate them into actionable team goals, execution. Then, each individual on your team should have objectives that ladder up to the goals that you as a manager set. Because if everyone's rowing in different directions, the boat's not going anywhere and it's just spinning in circles. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I know a thing or two about boats spinning in circles. So before you start writing out fancy KPIs or hashing out metrics, ask yourself this. If my boss's boss looked at my goals, would they see how this contributes to the bigger mission? If not, it's time to recalibrate those goals. Now, let's talk about the golden rule of effective goal setting. SMART goals. Yeah, we've all seen the acronym, but let's break it down in a way that actually makes sense for leading teams. So S stands for specific. Your goal needs to clearly say what you're doing. Improving documentation really isn't specific enough. Try something like develop and publish a new onboarding guide for all new hires by June. If your goal sounds something like you'd say to your therapist, I just want to make things better, it's probably not specific enough. Next is M, measurable. Ask, how will you know when it's done? For example, train 100% of the service team on a new software? That might give you an idea. Be careful with numbers, though. Make them real and tangible. Your higher level leaders will know if you're just aiming for a pie in the sky. And even if it's not about numbers, your metric then should be completion, approval, or delivery. The point is that you can prove that it happened. Next is A, achievable. We love ambition. I am known for my aggressive timelines. But your team is not made of superheroes. Goals should stretch people without setting them up for failure. An example, reduce call handling time by 10%. That's realistic. Reduce it by 80% while also launching 3 new products? Not so much. And critically, unless your company sets multi-year goals, make sure it can truly be accomplished in 1 year. If your goal sounds like it needs a miracle and a time machine, it's probably not achievable. Next is R, relevant. Your goals should tie directly to your department's mission and the company's objectives. If your company's goal is improving the customer experience, but your team's goal is to paint the break room, you might need to re-examine your team's objectives and maybe the mission statement. Relevance is what keeps your goals from becoming busy work, because busy work doesn't add value, and that doesn't drive the business forward. Next is T, time-bound. Every good goal needs a deadline. Otherwise, it's just a wish with a spreadsheet attached. If you can't answer by when, then it's not a real goal, it's just hope. And hope isn't a strategy. Remember what I said before. Make sure that your time-bound deadline fits within your corporate goal-setting timeline, though. Be that a year or more. Here's the next big mistake I see managers make. They set goals that are basically the same every year. Things like maintain documentation or provide ongoing training. Those aren't goals, they're responsibilities. Your goals should show what you accomplished this review cycle. What's new? What's different? What's improved? For example, instead of maintain documentation, try something like complete a full revision of the safety manual with updated compliance standards by Q3. See the difference? That's a tangible deliverable. You can point to it. You can hand it to someone. You can put it in your end-of-year presentation. Remember, if your goal doesn't end with something like, we will have X completed by December, you're setting yourself up for a very awkward performance review. No one wants to be the person saying, we almost did it for the third year in a row. By the end of the year, you should be able to say, this is what we set out to do. This is how we measured it. And this is what we achieved. And your goal should echo that in clear, defined ways. Ways that are easy to put on a slide, to point to what your team has accomplished. And it's not about bragging rights. This is about visibility. When your goals are clear and measurable, your team gets the recognition they deserve, and leadership can see the value that you're creating. And that is how promotions, budget increases, and better opportunities happen. Because no one can argue with the results that are right there in black and white. So, let's recap. To lead your team like a pro, align your goal with the organization's strategic objectives. Cascade those goals down so that every level knows how they contribute to the organization. Make your goals SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Focus on tangible results that can be completed within a year. And finally, measure and celebrate success, because your team's work deserves to be seen and celebrated. Setting the right goals isn't just about getting through another year. It's about building momentum, purpose, trust. And when your team knows what success looks like, they can hit it every time. Now, if you found this helpful, hit that like button and drop your best goal-setting tip in the comments, and subscribe for more insights into leadership and team management that actually work. Because great teams don't just happen, they're built by great managers.